Ethan Parker and I have been together for 10 years, but he still hasn't decided to marry me. I couldn't help but ask him if he ever planned to. He responded calmly, as if it were a routine conversation, dodging the question. I looked down at my phone, at the photos. His new secretary was wearing the Tiffany & Company engagement ring, the one everyone calls the true love ring, and the custom Vera Wang wedding dress, one of a kind in the world. She was smiling, snuggled up in his arms, while he gazed at her with a tenderness I hadn't seen in years. Suddenly, I no longer wanted a future with him. The new secretary was an outgoing, bubbly girl. After work, she smiled at me and said, "Is Ethan coming to pick you up today, Emily? You two are such relationship goals. 10 years together and still as sweet as ever." Ashley Taylor, always snarky, let out a dry laugh and mocked me. 10 years together and still no marriage? It's pretty obvious he doesn't plan on marrying you. Calling that love is just pathetic. My friend Sarah Mitchell fired back, annoyed. Clearly you don't know that Ethan just bought her that true love ring from Tiffany last month. And word at Parker Holdings is that he had a custom Vera Wang wedding dress made for her a year ago. Ashley's face turned sour, and just before she left, she spat out, "Well, let's see if that really happens." Sarah wanted to argue more, but I stopped her with a quiet, "Let it go." But Ashley wasn't wrong. It felt like Ethan really didn't plan on marrying me. When I walked out of the office, I realized it had started snowing. The cold wind cut through my scarf and chilled me to the bone. I looked around, but I didn't see his familiar black Porsche. I checked my phone. His messages, once flooding my screen with notifications, had dwindled to just a few formal ones. Working late, take a cab home. I took a deep breath and called him back. It took several seconds before he finally picked up. "Hello? What's up?" His voice sounded hoarse, strange. In the background I heard a faint giggle, quickly hushed, as if someone was being warned. I pretended not to notice. "What are you doing?" I could hear the sound of clothes rustling before Ethan replied, irritation creeping into his tone. "I'm at work. If there's nothing else, I'm gonna hang up." "Wait," I interrupted him. "Do you remember what today is? It's our 10-year anniversary." Silence followed on the other end. Before he could make excuses, I pressed on. "Come pick me up. I'm waiting for you at the office." I hung up before he could refuse. From Parker Holdings to my office, it should have only been a 10-minute drive. But I waited for 2 hours in the freezing wind. When he finally arrived and saw me waiting by the door, his first words were annoyed, his brow furrowed with frustration. "It's freezing. Why didn't you wait inside? What are you doing out here?" Was he worried about me? Or just upset that I'd interrupted whatever he was doing? I couldn't tell anymore. "I just thought you'd be here sooner," I said calmly. He froze for a second, eyes darting away with a hint of guilt before muttering, "Sorry, there was traffic. It won't happen again." He reached out, opening his coat, trying to pull me close. I stopped him with a raised hand. The moment he approached, I caught the scent. Strange body wash mixed with sweet cloying perfume. "Let's just get in the car," I said quietly. "It's too cold out here." I didn't react to his hesitation, turning and slipping into the passenger seat. When Ethan got into the car, he handed me a small box. Inside was a ruby necklace, the one he'd won at last month's auction, along with that infamous engagement ring. "Here, don't be mad. I've had this gift ready for a while. I've just been so busy lately, I forgot to give it to you." He spoke like he was pacifying a spoiled child throwing a tantrum. "Let's eat out for our anniversary this year," I said flatly. In the past, he'd always prepared a home-cooked meal, especially during those early years when we had very little. No matter what, he'd make sure we had a proper anniversary dinner. Staring straight ahead, he started the car, casually responding, "Sure, where do you want to go?" He agreed too quickly, probably eager to free up more time to spend with her. "How about Lou Malnati's Pizzeria?" The car skidded slightly. I pretended not to notice his fingers tense on the steering wheel. "It's snowing. The roads are slippery. Drive slow," I said. "Yeah," he replied, trying to sound calm. Then, almost too casually, he asked, "Why there?" "The new secretary recommended it. She says it's her favorite." "Why? Is there a problem?" I asked with feigned innocence. Ethan let out a barely audible sigh of relief. No problem. The rest of